Bingo! That's right. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. It's Twisted Tuesday. Carol Brandolino is in the house. We are here, folks. It's a beautiful day here on Tuesday, April 29th, and we got a great show lined up for you guys. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, everybody in the military, and of course, we're talking about our veterans. Thank you for what you guys do. It's Ocean's Pit. It's showtime. Let's Yep. It's one of those days. It's Twisted Tuesday. Carol's in the house. What's up, kiddo? How are you doing?
Doing good. I'm having a bad hair day though. Like I have helmet head. I was telling you earlier. I feel like it looks like a big square helmet. I don't know what's going on.
Are you at the office?
Yes,
still?
I'm in my padded office.
Yeah,
with the padded walls back here.
Okay, so now this is the office that you sit in every day?
And it's a big office.
This is your office
it's a
every
big
day.
office. So I'm not by my desk right now. I'm in the corner. We have a little round table. I just haven't really decorated it. That's why it looks so. I'm in the corner.
There you go. That's all right. Okay, so we know who you are on Tuesdays, folks. All right, it's here, folks. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, guys. Of course, let's get right to our sponsor, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local with our good buddies. Don't forget to grill your ace off. That's right. The JRC Ace Hardware stores, Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona. Their grilling destination, carrying Weber, Tangier, Napoleon, Charbroiled grills, large variety of models on display. Let one of our certified team members help you find the right grill for you. And looking to spice up your grill? Check out their spices and rubs and sauces. Add flavor to your barbecue fest. That's right, folks. Trending now is a TikTok Meat Church, Trigger, and Danny O's. They have them all. And don't forget to tune up that lawnmower, just $105 plus parts. They're your neighborhood powerhouse. That's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, guys. All right, so yesterday, thank you guys for watching yesterday. I was at the VFW Hall. I'm going to tell you something now. VFW halls, I've hung out in a few. I belong to the Sons of the American Legions. We're the one in Itasca or Wooddale. But I was the one yesterday at Post 2377 on Army Trail Road in Glendale Heights. I want to thank my buddy Dave Antonelli for hooking that up. But to get to sit to talk to some of those, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I knew maybe one would talk if they would talk, but there was like 4 or 5. We had a Navy SEAL there, Robert, the former Navy SEAL, still a Navy SEAL. We had, of course, John the Commander. We have other people who said from Vietnam and the Korean War and World War II. And wow, interesting stories. And it is pretty it's pretty, how would you say, very humble to hear their stories when they went in on the draft, and some went just volunteer, and they came out to be. My God, I can't
imagine. What I recognized in the interviews that you did, which they were wonderful, and I really love and appreciate our veterans so much. I always have, and you should. But what I noticed is, when you were asking them, you kind of asked them all collectively the question about how do they feel about younger people today, and none of them had any. Like, how we talk about the youth today and how lazy they are and this, that. None of them had a bad thing to say about the youth. They were very mild-mannered, very humble people that have seen it all. And you know what? I'm sure they might have their opinions, but I think that just shows what kind of men come out of the military, is that you do it changes you, and you're humble, and you're not talking negatively about the younger people, which we do because we see what's going on, and it's frustrating. But none of them said anything negative. Everything was really
No, they were all trying to come up right. They were all trying to come up with the right word. Not no, yeah,
Like
you're absolutely
entitled,
right.
maybe
That does make
entitled. These kids are not entitled. Mhm.
entitlement. Yes, yeah, they were trying to come up with the right word. Maybe because they didn't want
Right,
to piss
but,
anybody off on the air.
they were very
You know,
humble.
it could have been it too. But they were, and we were also talking about, and I didn't realize this till I looked up some of the stuff about the
Mhm.
VFWs. First of all, in Illinois alone, there's 260, so about 300 and 500 members in Illinois. That's
Yeah.
just in the state of Illinois. But nationwide, there's 6,000 of them, 1.4 members. At one particular time, you had to become a member. You had to
Mhm.
pay a fee, a
Yeah.
due, or something once a year, or someone had to bring you in. But now that they put gaming machines
Mhm.
in there, now anybody can go there and just and a lot of people don't know they're open
Yeah.
to the public. They always think it's just for older people
Right,
and whatever
right.
the hell it is, uh, which was interesting. But what we were talking about, some of the veterans that I did talk to yesterday, that I didn't realize that in Europe it is a law that they have to go to school for 2 years and they go to military for 2 years out of a 4-year college. That's I didn't know that was like that. And you know what, I wouldn't mind, man, if I had to do it. I never went to college, but I probably would have tried maybe going
Mhm.
to that. I mean, have your kids ever talked about something like that,
Yeah, Gianni's been
Carol?
interested in the military since he was a kid. I mean, I don't know that, and I don't have a say in it really, of course, as you don't want your child to go put their lives on the line like that, it's very honorable. But as a mom, her parent, it's different. But he's in our, like I said, the ROTCs. He's very decorated in ROTC
Yeah.
since freshman, sophomore, junior year. Now he's decorated and he loves it. He really does. So it might be something that he might look into.
And you know what? You're right. I mean, when they come out of there, I mean, they're completely
Mhm.
different people. And like you said, they learn so much. You got a automatic job for life when you get out. Somebody will hire
Yeah.
you. Especially when you're coming out with that
Mhm.
military and all the
Yeah.
experience that you have. I think everybody can use like some
Yes.
boot camp
Yeah.
on just individual people going there to
Mhm.
see what it's like. And then at the end of the hour, the commander, John, thank you, gave me this coin. It says, "Your nation proudly salutes you." And it's thank you for your service. And they gave me this
That's so
coin and
nice.
thank you for just letting
Yeah.
people know about the veterans, which, and I think it's important that we should we always talk about
Mhm.
respecting the veterans, but there's a lot of people like, and I asked them that question, and every single one of them, I asked them, why do you think that the respect? Well, they were baby killers when they were
Mhm.
coming out of Vietnam and stuff like that, but they're still not the respect that the veterans
Mhm.
deserve. And thank you, the commander there. So it was a
Yeah.
very cool day. Very, very nice. Okay, we are here, folks. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. We got a busy week. We'll be at Rosario's tomorrow in Roselle with Double T Tony Toto. Thursday, Zaza's in Lake Barrington with Jerry Jams. Friday at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Jerry Jams as well. And then Saturday will be a Big Sammy's in
Mhm.
Plainfield with my buddy Sammy, and that's going to be with Double T Tony Toto. It'll be the
Oh,
first time
nice.
Toto's there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's a busy week. And of course, we got the 5-year anniversary coming up of Ocean's Pit. I can't believe we made 5 years. It's going to happen Wednesday, May 7th at the Village Tavern on Wise Road in Schaumburg from 6 to 8. It'll be a 2-hour live remote. Laura Ocean coming back. It's going to be fantastic. Carol Brandolino will be there. We're going to have some sponsors, guests, and the owners of the Village Tavern is giving away their special chicken fingers with French fries and their special sauce. The sauce is what
Okay.
sells it. Their special sauce. I don't know what they put in this.
Right, special.
It's almost like doing cocaine. It's almost as good as doing cocaine.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So, and they're going to give away free at about 6:15. There's no reservations, so you have to come right from work. It's going to be great. We're also giving away some cocktails too as well. So write it down. Wednesday, May 7th, 6 to 8 live remote. Ocean's Pit 5-year anniversary. All right. They showed ABC showed CBS showed President Trump and Zelensky sitting down talking again at the St. Peter's Church. The second time they sat down and talked. Hopefully, Carol, from what we're seeing, hopefully they can come up with something uh, to put a stop to all this madness that's
I think
going
they
on.
will. I think they will because that's what it's about is communicating and negotiating and sitting down alone and having these discussions and being human and being gentlemen, and having respect for one another no matter what. I mean, they're not going to do anything if you don't respect them or show respect. So,
And I think just in general, if you have arguments with people, a lot of times, and we've all done it,
mhm.
I know I have, you're just going to
Yeah.
attack sometimes. And I think sometimes if we can just step back, whatever, and then, of course we say that now, when you're actually, yeah, you motherfucker,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I
You'll
get
start
it.
saying, oh, let's just get to the point
Right.
where, right? And I think if everybody done that, step back a few times and sit back and say, okay,
Yeah.
what can we do? Okay, sorry, I fucked up, or
Right.
whatever it is. What
Right.
what can we do? And I think it definitely it definitely it goes a long
Mhm.
way. So yeah, let's hope
Yeah.
something good comes out of that. South Side, the Chicken Shack,
Yeah.
I guess it's been in
It
business
has.
75 years on
Yeah.
the South
Yeah.
Side. Well, have you had Chicken Shack? Wait, Chicken Shack? Chicken Shack, chicken. I can't even say it.
I think it's Harold's Chicken Shack, right? Harold's Chicken Shack. Been around
Okay, you're
forever.
correct.
If that's what it
Okay,
is. Yes, I
so
have. Back in the day. I
is
mean,
it
yeah,
good?
it was it
Is
was
it
it
good?
was really good. But things change over the years. Though I don't know if it's still the same. I used to go, we're talking 25, 35, 40. I mean, a long time ago. Okay. Long time ago. I don't remember.
Now wait, what? How does it compare? How does it compare to Kentucky Fried or Brown's chicken?
You could just tell it's more
If you can
homemade.
remember.
I don't know how to, the batter, the sauce. It's
Okay.
like you said, it's in the sauce. It really is. And they have some good barbecue type
It's in something.
sauces.
It's been in business
Mhm.
75 years, and they just celebrated 75 years in the
Yep.
business. That's pretty
Mhm.
good stuff here. A couple of things now. For people who follow baseball, St. Louis Cardinals fan, their former general manager, Walt Jock Lee, has died. He was a general manager for 13 seasons with the St.
Mm.
Louis Cardinals. So our prayers go out to the baseball community there, folks. All right, to have a baby,
Mhm.
Carol, the first year, how much you think you spend when you're having a baby for the first year? Couples that have kids.
God, I don't know, 10
One
grand,
baby,
10
one
grand,
child.
10 grand.
Huh?
I'm throwing
It's about $20,000 you will spend raising a child the first year
diapers
that
are
it's born.
expensive as hell. And and then formula, if you're not breastfeeding, that's where you're going to save money. If you're breastfeeding, you're going to save a ton of money on formula. Okay. But not everybody, like,
Now that's another question. I don't know nothing about that. Now, is it um that's probably a question I'd like to find out. How many women actually breastfed their kids? Is it because they don't like it or they can't? How does that
well,
work?
I can tell you from just maybe talking to my own friends and what I did. So I think
Yeah,
every woman
yeah.
might want to because it is the most healthy for the child, especially the first year.
Okay.
Like what they're getting out of the breast milk,
Okay.
and there's something called like colostrum, stuff like that, right after you have the baby.
Okay.
It builds their immune system.
Okay.
It is one of the best things you could do for that. Now, it will save a ton of money.
Okay.
The thing is, and it's
Okay.
convenient. I mean, you're just like slap it on. Yeah, I mean, if you're with the baby and you're
Right,
home,
right.
it's more convenient.
Yeah. Right.
However, I will tell you what
Right.
happened to me is I was older when I had my kids or when I started.
Yeah.
So I was breastfeeding and it's not easy. It's just sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like very frustrating because you can't get them to like latch on.
So is it the baby that makes it hard for them to do it? Because you're ready to
Right.
the breast is ready to do it. It's just if the baby connects with it, correct?
Partially. It could be on your end. Like what happened to me
Okay.
was not everybody produces it at the same rate, breast milk. And so I didn't
Okay.
know that I wasn't
right.
producing enough. So like Gianni was
Yeah.
like starving and you don't know it because you can't see what they're taking in. That's the downside. In a bottle, you have 2 ounces. You could see it. You don't know what they're taking. He was losing weight. He was
Okay.
born huge
Okay.
and he started to lose weight. So
Okay.
he was cranky. I didn't know if he was getting it or not. So that's the downside. I wasn't producing as much as I could have. My friend was like, "Do you want some of mine?" Because she had like 50 bottles in the fridge. I go, "Holy crap." I was trying to do it into one of those little bottles. It took me like 2 hours to get a half ounce. I go, "What do you do? Sit around 8 hours a day?" And she said, "No, mine comes out like a faucet." I said, "Oh no, not me."
Okay. All right. So I guess it's the individual. But yeah, but you would spend $20,000 to have a baby. And that's just one kid. So you figure two kids, three kids, whatever it is. Well, that's some money there, folks. All right. They got a lot of people inventing a lot of crazy things. Now, this is interesting. Do you imagine being able to wear a pair of shoes, Carol, and your feet being massaged while you are wearing them? Now, I'm sure there's orthopedics. I don't know if anything, but Nike, it costs $899. And this shoe it comes out May 17th. It's a gym shoe, obviously. For $899, it was massage your feet while you're wearing them. It's TAS approved by the company. But first of all, would you spend $900 on a pair of gym shoes if you knew it massaged your feet?
I mean, if I had $800 or $900 to spend on something like that, yeah, I would, and I would definitely want to see if it worked. I would, but see if it works.
I would like to see if it works. Yeah. I mean, to be able to massage your feet at the same time that you're wearing them. I don't know how they would run like that, but it's interesting. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one, Felix. Felix, we didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody today. So I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. Vince from Money, Emo, Richard, Kathy, how are you doing? Ronnie B, Mel Lennon. David, what's up? Felix says, "Hey, Tony, Carol, one of the questions, what's the right age? What is the age?
Oh, you mean to stop breastfeeding for their children? Well, you see, this is a big debate. So you see kids at like 4 or 5 years old. Listen to me, if they could start talking to you, I don't necessarily think it's not appropriate to continue to breastfeed your child if they could talk to you. But I know, there's men that are age 35, 40 that I feel like are still breastfeeding on their moms, you know what. So I mean, I don't know.
Good one. I like that one. So there you go, Felix. To your answer there. There's Nanette, Kathy Eppolito, Dawn. How are you doing? Mine were 10 pounds at birth and never lost weight. So they were getting enough milk.
Sure.
All right. There's Jeff Hunt on the road, baby. How you doing, Jeff? I know he was in St. Louis. I don't know where. I think he was home for a couple of days. Jeff, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Buddy, I hope you're doing good with your knee replacement. Karen, happy. Okay. I stopped breastfeeding 8 to 9 months. Richard said I still breastfeed from time to time.
Oh,
okay.
You, Richard.
This is a family show we're talking about here. Let's talk about something, folks. A student designed a wedding dress made of 150. Excuse me. Better yet, I'm sorry. A student designed a wedding dress. You're going to love this. 1,500 divorce papers.
Oh, wow.
It's a wedding dress made of divorce papers.
That is very cool. That is very cool. I'm sorry. That's a great idea.
That is very cool.
That's clever.
Excuse me. That is funny.
Yep,
that is funny.
Sure is.
Wow. Unbelievable. That's good. Next Thursday, live podcast, Village Inn, Schaumburg. That's right, Kim. Hope you can be there. All right. Interesting. Another one of the Epstein, Clinton, Obama friends commit suicide. And I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying that's funny. What I'm trying to say is this Virginia Guy Farrow, People Magazine, if I'm pronouncing her name right. She was accuser of Epstein and the Prince Andrews abuser. Dies of a suicide at the age of 41 years old.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned this on the show. I'd like to take I don't know, they said how many suicides of friends of the Clinton Obama families. I think they're both chefs committed suicide. Come on. Really? This is just getting completely out of line. I understand there's people out there that have problems and want to end their lives, but come on. Carol? What's your take on it being a woman here, 41 years old? What's your take on
Well,
this?
I think if this is the same woman, I think that she put out a few years ago on social media that if something were to happen to her, she was not suicidal. She had put this out, I don't know if it was 3 or 4 years ago. Now, can that change with everything that she's gone through? God only knows what she's gone through and mentally where she is.
Right.
But to put that out
Yeah.
there, that's scary, with the fear she's feeling or wanting to make sure people know. Yeah, she knows too much. She knows so much, and she has it in her hands, and they're going to go out of their way to make sure these people disappear. I feel, I just.
Well, yeah. I mean, you noticed. I mean, everybody around Marilyn Monroe, same way. It's amazing how this happens, and and what gets me is the people actually think that the American people are that stupid. Right. But you know what? Maybe some are. Maybe some people are. But there you go. Epstein's partner probably dead already. We just didn't hear about it. Carol, it could be. After she gave the book, whatever, she had all the videotapes or whatever she had, Epstein's Giselle, whatever her name was.
Ghislaine Maxwell, I think it was.
Maxwell, right. Thank you. So you're right. We don't know. We never heard of her. She could be gone too. Larry, Virginia chilling tweet about not being suicidal and evil people resurfaces after her death. Thank you, Larry. I hope you're doing well. So that tweet just came back again that you were just talking about, Carol.
Yeah.
And what do they do about it? What can they do about
these
this
are the
stuff?
things that they just go by the wayside. This is why people get so frustrated, because unfortunately the justice system, you could see something that looks, it's either phony or fraudulent. It's so obvious that it's like illegal or whatever. And you know what? The system is just not working for the victims. It does not. And that's the sad part. It's really sad. I don't know what people are going to do to change it.
No, and you know what? It's not going to get any better, ladies and gentlemen. No. It's not going to get any better. It's going to be getting worse. And I'm surprised there's not more people on this list with this whole Epstein thing, with this whole P. Diddy thing and everything. I'm surprised that there's not, and we don't know. But thank you for all your inputs, guys. We do appreciate it. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's talk about real estate at its finest. We're talking about my good friend, Mary Grievous, folks. That's right. Don't just call her when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact her when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent. That's M. Grievous at StarkRE.com. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, 630-688-1725. She's available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. That is our good friend, Mary Grievous, 630-688-1725. And also she works for NTD Vacations, and hopefully they'll be announcing the new Chicago Music Cruise 2026. That's going to be happening in January. So thank you, Mary, for that. All right. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. There is a guy in Dubai, which is beautiful, by the way. I was there once. I performed with the Rat Pack in Dubai. This is interesting. His girlfriend or his wife, her name is Sonia, doesn't want to bathe. She feels uncomfortable in a swimsuit and doesn't want to be around people. So this guy buys her a $50 million island so she can bathe with her a swimsuit and be comfortable so nobody's watching her.
Bravo, Sonia. Whatever you got going on there, it must be platinum. That's what I got to say.
Come on. It's $50 million we're talking about.
They got it. I mean, if they've got it, what do they ever just call now?
She's in a swimsuit. It's not like she's posing in the nude. She's in a swimsuit. Get out on the beach like everybody else. God bless.
Oh, shoot. I can't hate.
I know.
I can't hate on Sonia for getting her own island, okay?
Okay, I get you. All right. I'll give you that. And I have to admit, sometimes, even me, with my gut, sometimes, I want to wear that bigger shirt when you're out on there. So I can, it's easy when it's so much. That's why I'm happy that the summer's coming, but I'm also dreading it because I know now you can't play with the weight. You can't.
I hate it.
And you can't play with the weight because you can't wear that jacket for
I
me,
hate
to put in that little, now it's like, oh
Mhm.
shit.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
yep.
So
I feel your
I
pain.
guess, you
I
know, all
do.
right, so go back and get out there and do that. It's getting so bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting so bad at stores with theft.
Mhm.
You notice you're going into Walmart, you're going to different places. There's a something for medicine now. You got to
Oh,
get the
yeah.
key for cologne. You got to get the key. Walmart says the theft is so bad on steaks that they're going to start putting steaks under some sort of like some glass. So you're going to have to ask for an attendant to come and give you the
They should
steak.
just have people buy it like at the butcher area where you have to pay for it there. You know how Walmart has a liquor area? You have to pay for the liquor right there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they could do with
Yeah.
their meats is maybe buy it right there. But you know what? Makeup is one of the most s- stolen types of stuff. Makeup, eyelashes, these stupid eyelashes, like they're all locked up. All of it. You can't buy half of it because it's all locked
I mean, I see it. I see stuff when you go in. I get my
Mhm.
cologne. I get Davidoff
Mhm.
cool water, and
Yeah.
Walmart get them.
Yeah.
It's behind the glass. You
Right.
got to call, and then that button, that stupid button that's there in front of the glass, push for assistant. Good luck. I bet you that thing's not even hooked up.
Probably not.
That thing is not hooked. I don't know how many times I've pushed that button and
Do you
nobody
yell?
comes out, and
Do
you
you
have to go
go,
find
"Hey,
somebody.
I'm over here. I need
Yeah, all over. And then you try to get somebody, and they're not.
Right.
That's not the department, and they
No.
don't speak English. So it's just crazy here. They have it here at some Walmart. Cage Steaks. Okay, now Dakota, a great singer and entertainer in Las Vegas. So they've already have it over
Okay,
there.
well,
Wow,
there's a reason for it, obiously.
that's
How
an
do you steal
interesting
a
thing.
steak?
Absolutely.
Like, remember
Uh,
My Blue Heaven, Steve Martin, when he was
yeah, yeah, right. Put it there, right.
29 cents?
I mean, come on, man.
Right.
Yeah, or that lady tried to steal the
Yeah, well, she had a
sausages.
place to put them. Where are you going to
And
put a steak? Where are you going to put a whole
she had a
steak?
place.
Shit. I mean, where are you sticking that thing? What the hell?
Yeah, right. I mean, the sausage is one thing, but that steak, yeah. But they're locking them up. So, yeah, I can understand. All right, People Magazine, folks. Demi Moore voted the most beautiful woman on the cover ever of People
Wow,
Magazine.
ever?
Now, let me go back here. Is she all right? Now, when Demi Moore, Demi, how she pronounces her name, when she first came out, I remember seeing her on About
Yes.
Last Night
Yep.
with that raspy
Yes.
voice she had. Okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, when she became,
Mhm.
she got money, and they change, and they do the eyes, and they do the ears, and they do the head, and everything changes, and they don't look anything like they used to
Right.
before. I don't know why people have to do that, but some people do it. I understand they do it, and it enhances. It's
Sure.
a good thing. It can
Sure.
enhance you, right? But then there's some people that the
Yeah.
eyebrows are up here, and
It
it just
does.
fucks it up. And
Noses mess up your
right,
whole face. The nose will change your entire face, like to look so different. Nose jobs, I think, are what changes the whole face. Look at what happened to Michael Jackson. You see, remember like how much
Okay.
and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Changes your whole face, the nose jobs and stuff, and the cheekbones.
And the cheekbones. Well, how come the eyebrows end up here on the forehead?
Remember
I
Joan
don't
Rivers?
understand.
Remember, my mom loved Joan Rivers. She said, they keep pulling my face back. My eyebrows are going to be on my, on top of my head. My ears are going to be back here.
Right.
It's faceless.
I looked at Wayne Newton. There's a picture of Wayne Newton that came up, and his eyebrows are here. Kenny Rogers, before he died, the eyebrows are up here. What happened? What's wrong with you people? Now, do you believe, as a woman, do you believe Demi Moore is the most beautiful woman to grace the covers of People
I
magazine?
don't. I think she's a beautiful woman. I do. I think she was very beautiful. Beautiful woman to me, like timeless beauty is like a Sophia Loren. Like, these women actually from back in the day, I think were some of the most beautiful
Correct.
women.
Well, let's talk about. I agree. Look, we both agree on that. I agree. But in the last 20 years, who would you say the most beautiful, like, actress, model on a cover of a magazine?
I think Charlize Theron was very beautiful, extremely beautiful.
She doesn't look like she ages at all. That woman.
I mean, I don't know. And then as far as a dark-haired woman, I don't know. Maybe that meal. I don't know. I know a lot of people love Salma Hayek. She is a very beautiful woman. She's
Love
beautiful.
Salma Hayek.
Yeah, she's
Still
a
do to
beautiful
this
woman.
day.
There's a
Beautiful,
lot more,
yes.
I think, more beautiful than Demi Moore, but I don't know. I mean, everybody's different. I don't know what sexy is.
Well, remember now, we're talking about 20 years, and the two people that we just mentioned are
Yeah,
still older.
right. Yeah. Younger ones, I don't know a ton
mean,
nowadays. I
I
don't
don't
know a
know of
lot.
any. I couldn't tell you
Yeah,
either. You
but
know.
there's
Well, there you go. Demi Moore. Interesting. Two announcements were made yesterday that was that made the press kind of. Some people are happy. We're talking about the Keystone Pipeline that they're thinking about opening this week, getting it back in operations again. Which, when Joe Biden became president, closed. That's one of the first things he did was to close the pipeline. That's going to help. It's going to bring more jobs. It's going to help, and I think that's a great move. It's supposed to start sometime this week, so we will see. Oh, there, boy, you just met. Oh, there you go, Carol. Jacqueline Smith, absolutely.
Raquel Welch.
Raquel Welch, absolutely. Jimmy Durante did not have a nose job. You're right, Emil. He did not. Absolutely. So that's great news. Another one we're hearing right now, and tell me what you think on this, Carol, and all the people that are watching. Apple shifts all U.S. phones assembly, because they're making them in China. They're going to move it now to India. And I think that's going to end up happening now with this thing going on with China. They're going to remove all the stuff that we got happening in China, because that's why we can get it there, and it's cheaper here to bring it, right? If they move it to India, will it be the same thing?
I mean, well, here's the only good thing. I think if you're changing it completely, you could start with a completely new deal. So you're not changing anything and trying to lessen their money and have to make negotiations, so they can walk in with a new deal. At least it's going to be similar. It's still not here, but I think they'll be able to negotiate something, because this is going to be money coming in that wasn't before. So for them.
I think that's a great idea. I think it's hopefully one day they will be able to make everything here in the United States, where President Donald Trump is trying to do right now. But we'll see what happens here. I don't even see where this came in. What is this? I'm horrible when I write shit down sometimes, and I have no clue what the hell I just wrote. And I bet you it's something that's good. But we're going to talk about this. Here it is. Here you go. Listen to this. Women speak. You gotta love this. About 13,000 words a day, compared to men that only speak 7,000 words a day.
I can see that.
And they say it's because the women's brains working more. And
they have more to do, I think. I think there's just so many moving parts going on with 10 different things. So probably.
I mean, that's a big difference. 13 to 7.
But they probably deal with their kids too, a lot of women. So that's a lot. Their teachers, the kids, the jobs. I mean, just a lot going on.
But that's true. Yeah. So that's very interesting. Oh, here's what it is now, folks. You heard about the Brinks truck that crashed in the city of Chicago, $300,000. Fell over into the streets. 50 to 100 people were grabbing at this money, this cash. Wow. Now they got to keep it, obviously. I don't know how much they grabbed.
Right time. I'll tell you right now, I would have grabbed it. I would.
I know, but I'm not. I mean, you could have got the bag that's only a couple dollars. The dollars, they flew out, but you could have got something too. I mean, it was 50 to 100 people were going on grabbing all that cash.
Wow.
You see it in the movies. You've seen it done before, but this actually happened in the city of Chicago, which is pretty interesting. And when you see movies where they rob the Brinks trucks, I'm not going to tell you names or anything, but I knew an individual that did rob a Brinks truck, or part of it. Did his time, blah, 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 went away, whatever it was. Before he did, he turned himself in, and instead of, I guess he returned all the cash, all the paper money, but I guess he kept the coins. From what I hear, the gentleman is not with us anymore. But a guy that takes guts to do something like that, to try to rob that. You see it in the movie. There's a lot of shit that goes down to try to rob a Brinks or a bank. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But $300,000. We're flying all over the place over there, and people. I'm surprised only 50 to 100 people were there trying to grab the cash. I thought everybody would be trying to run to get that money. Right? Absolutely, especially this day and age. It's crazy. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. It's time for, speaking of money, how about investing it and trying to save it? My good friend Wendy is going to be on the show this Friday, talking about Imperialux and talking about some stuff she's got going on. So imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement a reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Coughlin will help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213. That's Imperialux. That's right. Becoming your own bank. Save. Do what you got to do. Carol Brandolino's in the house. Carol, you want to mention that story that you were talking about today? You don't have to mention names.
Yeah, no, I can definitely. I like it too. So it's very interesting. So we all know I've got some things going on, and I have to go to court every once in a while for some stuff. And after one of the court dates last week, an attorney on the other side approached me in the hallway after the court date, and I know the attorney.
This is before the trial.
There's no
or after
trial,
the trial?
any kind of trial. It's just a court date, and it gets things get pushed, and whatever extended.
Okay.
The crazy thing about this is, I am living in people's heads, and they're so interested in what I'm doing and what's going on in my life. And let me tell you, boy, am I just partying my ass off every day, every night. Like I am, partying. So this attorney comes up to me, and I know him. I just thought that it wasn't a great idea for him to take a certain case. And he approached me and said, I don't appreciate it, like kind of in my face a little bit. And I was like, excuse me? Because he knows me, he knows my kids, whatever. And that you were talking about me on your podcast. And I said, what? Like my eyes, I was like, wait a minute, what? So like the first thing I was like, well, thank you for your support. I mean, what do
I'm sure you like that.
I mean, there's certain jobs in this world that, that you have to have an ego and the brass balls of all time. And boy, this person's got them and said this to me. And I said, actually, I wasn't necessarily, I was talking about you it was a completely different story I had been talking about that had happened out here in this county. God forbid I said county. Like there's not 500 lawyers, but it had to do with another, to do with another case that was, I had an opinion about it. It was just a really sad case. And he said, you were talking about, I defended this person and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I didn't even say your name. Like, I didn't even say your name. I was just talking about, this is my opinion about this case. He said he didn't make $1 off of it. So I'm going to make good on my opinion. And I'm just going to make good and just say, okay, he didn't make $1 off of it. He acted as I don't know how this works. He acted as he just said he did it pro bono. And then he said he acted as a public defender. Look, I don't give a shit. I don't care what you do.
Well, that was a trial that you talked about. In the paper? Was it? Yeah, so it was already made public.
Well, that's where I saw his fotch. It was on the story, and that's how I saw this person was the one that was a part of it. So listen, if you're going to go balls out and you're going to take a case, whether you take money for it or not, if your face and your name is in the paper or on a patch or in this, guess what? My background is in journalism. I wrote the news. I know what you can and can't do. I didn't even say the person's name because I didn't feel the need to. But
you can mention it if it was already in the paper. You can talk about it.
If you're out in the public eye, like me, like, okay, we're putting this out here. We're putting this podcast out there, right? Freely. Whatever we talk about or we say or this, like we're fair game because we're putting it out there.
Yeah.
So the thing is I just was really caught off guard that an attorney in a case comes up to me in a hallway and is telling me I don't appreciate this and I didn't do this and I didn't do that. And I thought he doesn't even know about this, but somebody sent it to him, obviously.
obviously, or he could be a
Listen,
listener. He
thank
could
you,
be a
buddy.
listener. You know,
Thank
you
you for
never know.
listening.
Or somebody
Listen,
knows who
a lot
he
of
is.
people know
There
who he
you
is,
go.
but don't try to intimidate me, because you're not. You don't intimidate me. You're
You're
gonna
going to lose
lose. You're
there.
gonna lose.
Absolutely,
Yes.
folks. Absolutely.
Crazy.
All right, let's talk about another character. We're talking about Governor Pritzker saying that, oh boy, he's bragging here. In Illinois, we're proud to have sparked a new industry when he legalized adult use of cannabis. The state surpasses $2 billion in record-setting sales in 2024, generating more than $490 million in tax revenue. And as of 420, we saw a 9% increase over the last year in products sold at over $15 million. So he's bragging now because he came up with the decision to sell weed, and now they made $2 billion for Illinois. Illinois is still broke,
into the lottery and into government's pockets and his pockets and his fat face. You know what? The thing is he's awful, but I will tell you, out of cannabis dollars, and I have seen this firsthand where I work too, some cannabis dollars, and it's, you're not dealing, it's not taxpayer money. I mean, it is at the end of the day, because if they're going and purchasing, they're able to do a lot with it because there's so much money in it. So they donate tax dollars from cannabis money to do some really great things for safety and this and that. So, all you have to do is you got to ask, you got to get involved. A lot of these, whoever needs the funding in different types of, industries, and they can use cannabis dollars for that. I mean, there's so much of it, but
so much you can use. And thank you, Larry, for your input here, buddy. Larry, Illinois has a significant amount of debt. As I said, LA sales stood approximately $29 billion financial. This includes both state, local government. Additionally, all right. So there you go.
If it goes to that, listen. If it goes to
that, you're absolutely right.
Then it should.
Yes. It's not going. Yeah, he's worth $1 billion. I know he's worth $1 billion. I don't know how much the guy's worth. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely worth. And I mean, it's just crazy and it's sad. I'm going to tell you something that's really fucked up, and I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong by using the word "fucked up," but I think I'm not. Suzanne Sommer.
Yeah,
remember her from actress, commercial movie, Crease Company. She died in October of 2023, but her husband, Alan Hamel, teamed up. Now,
okay,
get ready for this. Okay, ready for this. Suzanne Sommer died in October of 2023, but her husband, Alan Hamel, teamed up with a robotics company to make an IE robot twin of her. It mimics both her voice, her speech patterns, using recordings and footage of her. Hamel claims it was Suzanne's idea, that he has a long-range plan to get permission to get John Ritter's version made and do some additional episodes of Three's Company. By the way, Joyce DeWitt is still alive. She just turned 75. So to put a TV show together with the fake John Ritter, with the fake Susan Summers, and with Joyce DeWitt.
I don't know.
Would you have I mean, if I even had the money, would I want to make a robot of the person who passed away?
No, it's a robot. It's not even it makes no sense. And that's kind of very creepy. Not kind of, it's very creepy.
It's very creepy.
I mean, people are going to have sex with robots at this point. I mean, they do it with blow-up dolls.
But here's the thing. They showed it doesn't even look like her.
Not at all. No.
That don't look like Suzanne Summers.
Not at all. It is creepy.
First of all, I was never a Suzanne Summers fan. I'm a big Joyce DeWitt fan. I thought she was she was my favorite from the show. I couldn't care, but this is where her husband. Doesn't even look like her.
No, it looks creepy. Actually, it's like a man.
It's creepy. I mean, look there. You go. Carol said it does look creepy. Patrice, Ema, what's wrong with these people?
Weird.
Wow. This is crazy. This is nuts. Forbes lists the net worth of $3.6 billion. Pritzker is the richest politician in office in the United States.
And I'm sure it's all legit. It's all legit. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's a
Mhm.
scary thing too. That's a scary thing. You want to know another scary thing here? Update. I've had this dream. I don't know if you, when you were a kid, you're on one of these roller coasters or you're on this
Mhm.
Ferris wheel and the belt or something breaks. It's got to be the most scariest thing. Do you imagine if it's your parents, and you're looking
Oh,
up and there's your kids up there and this was something I
no.
can't
Mm-mm.
imagine.
No.
And that's why I'm wondering when you see these parents take their kids to some of these. It's bad enough if you go to Disney or Great America. I got it. It's
Yeah.
a little bit more maybe maintained. But when you go to this, like,
The summer
this little
carnivals.
carnival that's
Yep.
coming to town,
Yep.
right?
Freaks me out.
The seatbelt breaks. This one here, it was Icon Park. The seatbelt breaks on a 13-year-old thrown from the
Oh my
theme park
oh
Ferris wheel because the seatbelt broke.
oh my God.
I can't imagine what that
Mm-mm.
must be like. I don't know. Larry posted this thing. I'm going to say this. He posted on, or he shared this on the Patriotic Woman's Facebook page. Think about it.
Mhm.
Bongino,
Yep.
you got to love him. Hegseth and Duffy all took massive pay cuts to
Mhm.
serve America. They were making
Oh,
millions
yeah,
on
they
their
were.
show. Elon Musk and Donald Trump take no salary at all. Why is that? Because they're not in it for the cash. They're in it for the
Mhm.
country. True patriots.
Yeah. I mean, look at that speaks for itself.
There's our facts. I don't care what, if you don't like the gentleman or not, if you don't like Elon or Trump, they're not making a
Right.
salary, folks. Obama did.
Yes.
Obama
Yeah.
did.
Uh-huh.
Tell me that, folks.
You know how what Pritzker was just talking about in one of the last stories I read, people that are resigning, and he's just so upset and pissed off, but people are resigning and quitting or not renewing their contracts. Yeah, because the pockets
Yeah.
are running dry. Because when things are starting to be run the proper way, or people are starting to question things, their pockets are getting hit, and that's where you hit the people the most. These criminal
Yeah.
people, and that are doing this illegally. Of course, they're going to quit. They're going to walk away when the money's not going to come in anymore the way it was. That's why
I
people
agree.
are walking away. I mean,
Sure.
it's
Yeah, people are running. Or they know, they know that
party's
the party's
over.
going to be
That's it.
over
That's
soon.
why they're walking away.
Or they don't want
They
to go
don't
to
give a
jail.
shit about the people.
They don't want to go to jail. I agree with you
Mhm.
100%. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. It's time for the weather, folks. That's right. It's the JRC Ace Hardware Minute, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores. The weather for Tuesday, April 29th. It's 63 degrees out there. Feels like it's 61. It's sunny, a little windy out there, folks. 64% humidity and 12% miles an hour. I'm still going to try to do some fishing later on, but that's your weather, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Twisted Tuesday, me and Carol Mendolina are in the house, folks. What else we got? We got some other stories. This is interesting. Kevin Ford. We don't know who Kevin Ford is, but he worked for Burger King for 27 years without missing a single day, not one sick day, not even taking a day off. When he was recognized with a small little Google bag from his employer, the internet stepped in where the corporation didn't. Now, Burger King,
Right.
huge. He worked 27 years, never took a day off, never took a sick day. They gave him a little goodie
Yeah.
bag. So his daughter, step up to his lovely daughter, started a fundraiser, and people around the world moved by this dedication, donated over $400,000 to support his
Good.
retirement. He now bought his first home. He's planning to start a food truck serving American and traditional
Wow.
Filipino food. Still working, but he's still working at Burger King while preparing for his next chapter.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
cool
That's awesome
is
that
that?
people did that.
That's when
Mhm.
people step up, and people will
Yeah.
step up. People will step
They
up
do.
to help, if you know
Mhm.
what I mean. They will definitely do that, which is interesting. Chicago Cub fan, Chicago Cubs owner Thomas Ricketts unveils a $5.3 billion stadium renovation project that will redefine arena standards to deliver a world-class experience
Hmm.
for fans.
Okay.
I don't know if people want Wrigley Field to keep being moved when they got remodeled and stuff. People don't want it to be anymore. They want it to be like the old
Right.
Wrigley Field. If
Right. It's
you're
about the
comfortable, to me,
nostalgia,
I couldn't
right?
care.
Like you said, New York, I'm guessing Yankees or whatever. Like it's about the
Yeah,
nostalgia, I would
yeah,
think, of it all, you know?
yes. Keep that. Some people were pissed off when they put lights in
Mhm.
Wrigley Field. So, I to see what happens here. And we were just also we're talking about sports here. Heard this awesome. Isn't that great news? Yeah, he will never miss a day because there you go. He'll never miss a day because he never ate Burger King. He's a young, small
Yeah.
guy too. That guy. So it wasn't weird. Anyway, at least he didn't eat that shit. All right. Anyway, sad news. First round draft pick. I'm going to head straight to the hospital and tell her that her son got drafted. Derek Harmon got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers first round, and he gets to the hospital. And he tries to tell his mom his mom died on that news. That's got to be dedicates the moment to his mom on life support system, saying, "Hey, Mom, I did it."
Oh,
A beautiful day for him and the family, but then, of course, that's just
that's
wow.
tough. That's I when I hear stuff like that, it hits me because when you're a parent, you obviously think about these things, or it's sad. It's so sad.
I agree with you 100%. Well, another thing we mentioned before when we were off the air that I was involved with, and Carol was involved with too. She was there at the JCC IC Italian fashion show that they did at the Drury Lane on Friday. I know that was it. I don't know. Was it 25 girls that they gave
No, it
scholarships
was
to?
maybe 10 or 12. It was something around there between 6 and 12.
10 or 12.
Yeah, but it was
Okay.
so nicely done. My friend's daughter is part of the JCCIA women's division, and she got a table together, and she had some family members come, and why not? We got to get dressed up, and it was very nice night at the Drury Lane. And it felt good.
Yeah.
And you're donating and helping, and these girls got scholarships to college, partial scholarships. I think it's
Partial Scott. Well, this is something, like you said,
right.
we don't know how much, but to get something, it's actually pretty cool. And they did a great job with that. They really did. Again, and Carmela did a great job and putting it together with Tracy and then Pat and Ron and Rich Onesti, sound, everybody. It was just great. So it was a nice event to be a part of. They didn't lie when they said blood is thicker than water. They just didn't mention how fast it turns cold.
That's true. Wow. That's sad, but true.
Boy, that gets you right there. I mean, you can't, I'm old enough to remember when paper bags were being blamed for the destruction of trees, and the plastic bags were the solution. Well, we know what's going on with that, with the straws and everything, right? I mean, my God. This is interesting. The average dog can count to 5 and understands about 165 words, including signs, signals, and gestures.
Oh, they're smart. They
are very smart. I didn't know they can count to 5.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say, Zoe, count to 5. I want to see how that happens. Jeremy, Jody, how are you doing? You watching Ocean's Pit Twisted Tuesday? The most expensive celebrity divorces, Carol.
Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, maybe.
Let's see. Kevin Costner and Cindy Silva, $80 million. Michael and Juanita Jordan, $168 million.
Bezos, too.
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt came in at $400 million. Mel Gibson and Robin Moore came in for $425 million. Woo! Tiger Woods and his wife, Ellen, or whatever her name is, $750 million.
I know Bezos has to be on there.
It's kind of stops here. Bernie and Selvika Edelstone.
I don't know that one.
I don't even know who they are. $1 billion. Robert Murdoch and Anne Maria Troy, $1.2 billion. So this was only a few of them that came up, but I bet you that Bezos got to be
huge.
big.
That's got to be huge. Yep. Wow.
$750 million. That was Tiger Woods. Compared to Michael Jordan's Well, wait. Okay, Michael Jordan's a 168 million, and Tiger Woods was 750 million. Wow.
A lot of money.
They are expensive divorces,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. And nothing good comes out of that. Nothing good comes out of
money
that.
isn't everything. Money
not at
isn't,
all.
listen, a peace of mind is, I think, much more valuable than money. I have to say that. Peace of mind is, it really is. You can make money again. You can make money again.
I agree with you 100%. Carol, the new study finds that confidence levels rise for women 200% after getting their nails done.
Oh, yeah, I believe that.
I think men do too. I usually get it once a month. I get
Yeah.
them shined because I like them a little shiny. I think it does too. I think with
Mhm.
a haircut sometimes, or when you get like maybe a new jacket or
Sure,
get a
new
new
hat.
clothes or something, right? I think
Yep.
a new hat or something. There's some crazy stuff here, folks. The declassified CIA file claims aliens turned 23 Soviet soldiers into stone. You can't make this shit up, folks. This is stuff you're going to hear on nowhere else but here on this show. That's for sure. John Rich demands that the death penalty for Diddy and other child predators.
Oh, stoning? Wait. Are you,
No,
yeah.
death.
Oh, death. Okay. Yes.
The
Okay.
death penalty. You
Absolutely.
touch a kid,
Yep.
boom.
I agree.
I'm sorry. People might say I'm a little
Mm-mm.
crazy right now, but anybody touches a kid, forget help, forget
Yeah.
putting them in a home, forget locking them up. They need
You go.
to go.
Use them for target practice for
I
the
don't-
military. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Use it for
Yeah,
target
that's-
practice. I mean, you think, oh my God, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
No, I said it.
Mhm.
Absolutely, I said it.
Mhm.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that we had a couple minutes left. Handsome boys' names.
Okay.
Wait a minute. This is nuts. There's no Mikes, there's no Johns, there's no Tonys, there's no Pete's, nothing. Soren, Rowan, Elias, Linus, Jacob, Mason, Jonah, Felix. Well, that's an old one. Grady, Bruno,
Grady.
Miles, Wells, Cyrus, Oscar. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Grady? Grady?
Heath, Grady. Hello, Grady. It's Grady, you big dummy. No, I mean, yeah. Let's see. There's no. There's a Sonny in there. Okay, but I mean, Caleb. Okay, but wow.
Interesting names.
Yeah, nobody wants. They don't want the same. They don't want those names anymore. They want all different kind of. Well, I guess. Hey, all right. This is funny. 1960. In the 60s, oil gone in 10 years. They were saying in the 60s that we'll have no more oil. In the 1970s, another ice age in 10 years. Hasn't happened. In the 80s, acid rain will destroy all crops in 10 years. Hasn't happened. 1990s, the ozone layer will be gone in 10 years. Hasn't happened. 2000, ice caps will be gone in 10 years. The only thing that has happened, folks, more taxes.
Yeah.
More taxes.
Yeah. And humans are destroying crops. It's not acid rain. It's humans. It's humans.
It's humans.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we might have mentioned this story before, Carol. I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a New York couple charged their wedding guests $333 each in an effort to save money. Only 660 out of the 350 guests came.
Of course.
So you wanted the guests to pay for your wedding. Okay. Now, I understand that when you have a wedding, you would at least like to break even to the point where everything is covered. If you make a little something extra, that's great, right? But this New York couple wanted to charge their guests $333 each. So that's per person. So if you're coming for two, right? An effort to save money, and only 60 people came out of the 350 guests came. So 60 at 300.
That's insane. That's insane. And you know what? Listen, having a wedding's a gamble, just like freaking getting married's a gamble. Listen, take your chances. It's a gamble. You don't know how much, and you usually will typically break even at least, but then don't go jumping out of windows, spending ridiculous amount of money on things that are just going to get thrown away. Your napkins, your this, your flowers are get thrown away. I don't know. When I paid for my wedding, you have to really watch where you're spending your money, but I didn't spend a lot of money.
Oh, it can add up, and it gets even worse as people now see what 20 grand. What did you get? It's like it's like wow, it's completely nuts. We are out of time. That's how much fun we were having, folks. Wait, and the crops are destroying humans with the chemicals that are being used. You're right there too. You guys all come up with some good stuff here today. Jeremy, how are you doing? Welcome to Ocean Spit, guys. Let's real fast. Jack Vena Landscaping, folks, they offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 50 years. Call Cousin Tommy at 847-432-5266 and tell him Tony O sent you. And don't forget to get those windows and sidings done if you're looking for new windows and you want it done right. Honesty, quality, you got it all. One-stop shop. That's airtight windows. Call my buddy Louis Pipes at 708-788-5000 and tell him Tony O sent you. And get yourself a little special deal. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Thursday, Carol will be back with us. Friday, my good friend Wendy and Craig will be joining us from Imperialux. We're going to be at Rosario's tomorrow, folks, at 7:30 with Double T, Tony Toto. Thursday, we'll be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington with my good friend Jerry Jams, of course. Also, Jerry will be with me on Friday at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. But Saturday, we'll be at Big Sammy's in Plainfield. That's going to be an 8 o'clock hit with Double T, Tony Toto. So, guys, we got some other shows coming up real fast. On the 14th of May, Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Carnival, the Alley, Fulton Market. That's the only Chicagoland appearance. That's a beautiful place. We sold it out twice already. On the 15th, we'll be at Ron Onesti's Rockin' Ravioli in St. Charles with Ocean's Rat Pack. It's a Thursday night, 7:30 show, oshows.com. And we'll be in Lake Geneva, 2 shows, folks. On the 21st of May, we'll be at the Getaway, the Lake French Country Inn. It's a Wednesday night to kick off the summer. And then on the holiday weekend, on the 25th of May, we'll be at the Thirsty Parrot from 2 to 5, Tony O and the Main Event Band. So we're excited about that. And 5-year anniversary, folks. Wednesday, May 7th. Come to the Village Tavern, Wise Road in Schaumburg, 6 to 8, 2-hour live remote. Laura Ocean returns. Carol Bandolino will be there. We'll have guests. We'll have fun. Free chicken fingers and French fries. We got cocktails, prizes, gifts. It's going to be a lot of fun, so hope you guys can be there. All right. But before we go, this is the birthdays for Tuesday, the 29th of April. Brutus the Barber Beefcake for all you wrestling fans. John Malkovich, great actor, 71 years old. Tom Cruise turned 61. Janet Jackson, 58 years old. Kurt Russell, celebrating a birthday. Shirley MacLaine, the only Rat Pack member alive, member alive, 91 years old. Boris from ABBA, would be 80 years old. You got to love him. William H. Macy, 75 years old. KC and the Sunshine Band, 74 years old. Carol Burnett is 92. Aaron Judd, team captain of the New York Yankees, is 33. Al Pacino, 85 years old. Billy Wyman, a former member of the Rolling Stones, 79. And the very first lady of the United States of America, Mrs. Trump, turns 55 years old. One of the most beautiful first ladies since Kennedy. Beautiful. She's a very beautiful lady. All right, guys, we want to go. We have to go. We want to thank you all. Carol, thank you so much. You have a great we'll see you Thursday. All right, we'll see you back on Thursday. So, guys, go out and support local establishments, live entertainment. Go out and just be kind to one another. Buy local, shop local, have fun. It's a crazy world we're living out there. And don't forget our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Scotch mulch, lowest price of the season, only $2.99 a bag. That's red, brown, and black available. And check out our good friends from Grill Your Ace Off with Ace Hardware, everybody. We got to go. It's time. It's past the hour. Thank you, guys. Nick Sahajas, take us out. You guys have an incredible day. Peace and love. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's the end of the show. See you later from town.
Thank you guys again for watching the show today. Share it.